I should get some work done today. And Jewel said, oh, I want to join you. And so she'd jump up in my lap. And so now we got to snuggle. And look, she's like, Mom, don't give other people attention. Anyways, hi. Happy days, happy days. You guys, today's the last day to enter the giveaway in my beauty group. I am giving away so many things and I'm so excited. Thank you so much to everybody who participated in the giveaway. I'm sorry, call it toxic positivity, whatever you want to call it. But I said, listen, if you want to enter this giveaway, you got to say something positive about yourself or whatever. And there's like hundreds and thousands of people that are like commented. And I'm like, hey, if it makes you say something positive about yourself, then you can enter the giveaway. I guess that's what it is. Call it, I'd rather it be toxic positivity than toxic negativity. I guess. Anyways, yeah, Jewel wanted to join. I said, oh, I need to do some makeup. And she's like, not without me, Mom. So anyway, just a baby. She's just a baby. She's just a Jewel. She shits all over the carpet. She was really well, hi friends. Hey everybody. She was really well potty trained and she would go outside. And then after she got attacked by the other dog, it was her fault, by the way. She went into that dog's yard. That baby did not do nothing wrong. Anyways, after that, then now she's like unpotty trained or something. Anyways, it's wild. Hi everybody. I'm so glad you're here. So I posted a video where I did like the micro contouring with the new pencils. Cause you know how Saint like released these new, the new pencils or whatever. And I did the, so sweet. I did the micro contouring and you guys were obsessed with it. So I want to show you how to do it here. So basically, micro contouring is basically just like taking the pencil and like drawing on. It's never Jewel's fault. She's just a baby. It was your fault. It was her fault. You're right, Jewel. She's right. It was not your fault. Anyway, so micro contouring is where you just take the contour and just like, so if you're someone who's like, you're like, listen, I don't know how much to put on my brush. I don't know where to put the brush on my face. Just be like, okay, I'm a toddler. I want to color on mommy's wall. How am I doing this? You're gripping it like a weirdo and we're toddlers. Okay. So we're just drawing lines like this. This is not, when it comes to contouring, this is not something that has to be like super crazy and like perfect and you got to get at these stupid perfect areas. No, we're not going for perfection. This is just I'm scared of contouring. I've never tried. Girl! Also, your voice is stunning. Y'all, Emily and the Moon, go type that into Spotify. Her voice so pretty. Oh, girl, I got the goose pimples listen to her music. This is contouring basically. This is, if you use these pencils, I think this is like if you're like, where do I start with contouring? Try this. My pencils don't blend at all. Are you using satin or silk? The satin ones are better because the satin ones are much more blendy. The silk ones are much more like a stain kind of. Denise, I love you so much. I love all the sharing of the positive and the self-love and all the jazz. Y'all, when you get see how this says satin pencil, pepper? So pepper is like a coolish tone. So it's going to be a little bit more gray. So when we're thinking of highlight and contour, like people think contour and they freak the hell out, right? Because they're like, contour? I can't contour. If you can color like a toddler, if a toddler can make a mural on your wall, then yes, you can. So basically this is contour. It's just, you're kind of putting darker colors kind of right here. Okay. So I'm going to put you down for a minute. Are you going to panic if I put you on my lap? When you do Scuba Steve, everything outside the goggles, not where the goggles sit, but outside the goggles, that's where the contour goes. So if you don't know where contour goes, literally go to the dollar store or just use your hands like this and look like an idiot for a minute and do like this, and everything outside your hands is where the contour goes. Literally Scuba Steve. So when we're blending contour, these pencils make it easy because not the silk. Make sure you get the one that says satin. The silk ones are great for lippies. They're great for eyeliner. You can use them for this, but look at me being all festive and shit. So anyways, when you use the satins, these are just creams. So look, I'm just pressing it and kind of blend up to Jesus. So if you're like, God, Mackenzie, I see you contouring, but I don't know how to do that, or I don't think I can. Yes, you can. Look, I'm not even left-handed. Look, do you see what I mean? Like it's literally this easy. If you have bangs, or the area from the distance from your hairline to your, what are these called? Lord bless it, I can't talk. The distance from your hairline to your eyebrows is shorter, then you probably don't need contour, even if you don't, or if you just don't want to contour. Like this is a you thing. Like, all right, your mama, do whatever you want. But I want to show you that when you use a pencil like this and you just kind of use your brush to press, this is just blending like, yeah, up to Jesus, up to Jesus. So whenever you're contouring, this just basically adds structure to your face. So it kind of gives a, look, my cheeks are skinny, when really they might not be. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, like, ain't nothing but the blood of Jesus and a scalpel gonna fix how you look. But it's a great way to kind of add a little bit of illusion to your face so that you feel a little bit more structured. Do you know what I mean? Yes, you do. Say hi to Steffi. Say hi. That's a baby. Say, Mama said she wanted to get some work done. And I said, no, and jump up in her lap because I'm a needy little thing. So this is these brushes, by the way, take with you a bowl. This is called the Pilot brush. It has the eyeshadow brush inside of the 3D brush. And it's like the same price as like the whole brush. Duchess, itchy little thing. They both gotta go get groomed. We're gonna go get them groomed, get the nails trimmed. Okay, so contour is just like when you use the stick. But this is, I called it micro contouring and then slathered, but it's fine. Anyways, you can use these to just like draw on your face, and your brush, it's just a baby. We just press it into our skin really light. No swirly whirling or goodbye Erlin. Goodbye Erlin's when you press and you drag. Like you done killed the man. Now we got to drag him to where we dug the grave. We're not doing that. We not swirly whirling and goodbye Erlin. No ma'am. We're just kind of pressing and blend up to Jesus, up to Jesus. And it's a really easy way to contour. So if you're like, I don't know what's going on with contour, get a crayon. Okay, so this shade is Pepper. This one is a nice cool tone it's pretty universal, but if you want to text me your selfie, I can tell you like what shade I would recommend for you. You can do this with your, so this is contour. You can do this with your bronzer. You can do this with your blush, your eyeshadow. I'll show you. So right now, I'm just gonna, I drew this under my lip too. I give you a little pout, like a little, oh, look at me. I have pouty lip. You know what I mean? I'm an idiot. Okay. See? Just pressing. So we're contoured, right? Like, and you can add more if you want. You do more contour or less. Or the contour in your palette, tap it, tap it, tap. Tap it, tap it, tap. So it's kind of just preference. If you want to do the micro contouring with the pencils, it's literally that easy. You just draw it on and then use your brush to press it. So I think we overthink the contour a lot, but you ain't got it. Just Scuba Steve. And then the highlight and contour thing that 12-year-olds are doing that they don't need to do because they don't understand gravity yet at all whatsoever, but it's fine. Scuba Steve. So outside the goggles is where you put that contour. The brightening highlight, or that concealer shade, like what we call concealer, but it's not really concealer, let's be real. That brightening highlight goes inside our scuba goggles. So if we were to take, Jewel, you all right, honey? Now she want to get down. See? I done told you. Let's say we use this. Picking a fight. If I want to use this color, let's say brownie for a bronzer. Bronzer goes where the scuba goggles actually suction cup to your face. Okay? So if we want to do that, then let's draw goggles with our bronzer. This color is a little bit more warm, so think less gray, more like oranges and reds. Okay, so this is like Kiss from the Sun. So if we're to draw on our scuba goggles, right? Like this is bronzer. This is literally where our bronzer goes. Okay. And so we can use one pencil for the contour. See how it's like grayish? This one's a little bit more orangish brown. So when you look at both of them, you're like, yeah, they're both brown. Good job, Mackenzie. You're an idiot. But no, it's not. They're not just both brown. Okay. One's like brownish and one's like grayish. Okay. Whatever. Anyways, so I did my contour on outside my scuba goggles. The bronzer is the scuba goggles. So I drew the scuba goggles and I use this color called Brownie, right? This one's Brownie. Yeah, this is a satin called Brownie. So if I do my bronzer first, I used Brownie, which is a satin. Stop. Oh, is this why they do that thing with the hand? Okay. Brownie is a satin pencil. Scuba Steve! So I'm using Brownie for bronzer. I used Pepper for contour. So Pepper is this grayish brown. I know they both look brown, but it's not. But whatever. So I did this to show you that whenever you do your brightening highlight, like whenever you, and if you don't know your shades, just comment match. I'll tell you what shades to get. When you're doing your brightening highlight, so that's oh my God, I should do that. I should have done Scuba Steve for Halloween, but I wanted to do Barbie because of course, that would be great. Okay, so the bright color. So let's say when you get your color match, like you comment match and I say, oh, send me your selfie, and you send me your selfie and I look at your shades and I tell you what the bright color is. Your brightening highlight is going to go in here. So this is a shade that's lighter than your natural skin tone. You can choose to go much lighter. I'm not using the lightest shade I normally use. I'm just using like a one that's a little bit darker. Cause I want to use a little bit more, like I want to get fuller, whatever. You can choose the color. If you're like, I want it much brighter, which color should I use? But see how that brightening highlight goes inside my scuba goggles? That's where it goes. Okay. Now I kind of worked backwards to show you the pencils, like how you can like contour. So the contour goes on the outside of the face. So if I were to do my bronzer first, Scuba Steve goggles, then the contour on the outside of it, my brightening highlight goes on the inside. Okay. And then the question is, well, what am I supposed to do with that? How do I blend that? I got you. These brushes, right, were intended for this makeup. So basically, hey friend, hi bestie. I love saying that. And by the way, this brush comes apart, so I'm just taking this end off because it's weird. So whenever you get this makeup, it all melts right into your skin. Okay. So I am taking my bronzer or the pencil that I used called Brownie, and I'm just pressing everything in. Okay, so it doesn't get all weird and gross and weird. If you get the silk pencils are, I don't know the difference in the ingredients, but it's a little bit less melty. Like it's a little bit more, like the color will stain a little bit more. You can still blend it. It's just not as melty as the satin. So if you want something for face, probably get the satin, but the silks are great too. Like you can, I mean, if you know what I mean, like it's really preference. So all of these colors that I'm using on my face, I'm just pressing in. So without using a lick of foundation yet, I've just applied my contour, my highlight, my brightening highlight for concealer, and my bronzer. I haven't even touched foundation yet. Okay, foundation is like the main shade. That's your main highlight. So I just did Scuba Steve goggles with my bronzer, which I use the Brownie, the Brownie pencil. What this one? The satin Brownie as my bronzer because she's a little bit more warm. And then Pepper for contour outside. I use this shade, which is called Aura, and I used her inside the Scuba Steve goggles. And then you just press it all into your skin. So I think a lot of the issue is, well, how do I blend it? Because we're so used to the liquid foundation, but this ain't that. This different. It's not that. That's not the same. Naomi, you're going to be like, yeah, we need to limit your screen time and no more Freedom Barbie for you. Okay, so now I'm going to use my foundation or my main highlight, okay? And this is a way to get like a really light coverage because it's like one layer. You can always build whatever you want. Like if you're just doing your makeup and you're like, I want a little more contour, I want a little more bronzer, a little more, whatever it is, freaking add more. Nobody's your mama. Do whatever you want. But if you want it real light, you can do it this way too. So right now I'm in between these two shades, Golden Hour and Mango. So I'm kind of using a little bit of both. And I'm just going to lightly tap this on my beard area. Yes, I use Aura Inside Scuba Steve. Scuba Steve's legit. I don't know why more people aren't teaching Scuba Steve makeup method. Because, like, if you look like an idiot, chances are when you blend it, you're not going to look like an idiot. But everybody's trying to look perfect before they even blend it. And it's like, no, girl, give yourself a chance. Okay, so notice how I'm putting my main foundation shade on my beard area. There's no contour there. There's no bronzer there. There's no brightening highlight there. So this is going to cover my beard area, right? So inside my Scuba Steve goggles was the brightness. Outside is the contour. And then the Scuba Steve goggles was the bronzer, right? So I used pencil, and then I used my brightening highlight. And now I'm using my main shade and just kind of pressing it on. No swirly whirling and goodbye Erlin. That's a new poem. It's a haiku poem. It's not. That's like, was that 575 or 475? Was a haiku 575? Something like that. 5 syllables, 4 syllables. I'm going to make a haiku. And it's going to be about makeup. I'm going to start doing poetry. That's it. I'm going to start doing spoken word poetry. Don't bend your bristles. And that's going to be like it's going to be like, that's the poem. And then, okay, so see where I put contour here? Don't bend your bristles, Steffi. I have a whole merch store and it has that on there. Did you guys know that? Comment merch. I'll send you the link to it. Okay, so is it 5 syllables, then 7, then 5? Or 3, then 5, then 5, 3? I'm going to start doing poetry. I did a video one time where I was like, the whole voiceover on the video was a poem. And I was like, don't be afraid of contour. You can take away but add more or something. And it was like this funny. Oh, okay, got it. Oh, 575. Okay, we got it. I'm gonna do some haikus. Anyway, so contour here, the bronzer. I'm taking my main shade. I kind of tap into it, and I'm lightly kind of just filling in those areas where I didn't put brightening highlight or where there isn't contour. Oh, no swirly whirling or goodbye Erlin. I'm gonna make a video about that because that's what we'd be doing with the liquid foundation. And like dragging our makeup across our skin. No swirly whirling and goodbye Erlin. That's a new thing. Let somebody steal my makeup hacks. I should trademark that. You have someone talking while I'm doing my sewing. What are you making? Okay, I'm gonna put it on merch. I gotta hold on. I'm gonna put that on hold on, I gotta screenshot that because I'm gonna send it to my merch girl. Thank you, y'all. We gonna get some more Freedom Barbie merch. Just say no swirly whirling and goodbye Erlin. And it's gonna have like, I don't know, a picture of a skeleton because y'all know I like the skulls and stuff. And he'll be holding a makeup brush. You're the Dan Rather. I'm an idiot. I love it. Minky blankets? I want one. Oh my God. I really do love the chicks. Like I grew up on the chicks. I love them. Pepper shapes the edge. Aura glows within the mask. Scuba Steve is the bronzer. So the actual goggles is the bronzer. And then, yes, the pepper is the contour. And so what I'm doing now is just taking... Wait, that's a haiku? Pepper shapes the... What? Scuba Steve sculpted... What? You made a haiku. I love it. Oh my God. That's totally a haiku. I'm obsessed. I'm going to be a spoken word poet. You know how they get on the stage and they're like, I told him, don't call me, but you can text. And I said, here's my number. But what he didn't know, it was someone else's number. As a mom of 3 adult daughters who constantly told me they didn't like my makeup when I switched to Saint and followed your application videos, and they now give me compliments. See? They wish they could be cool like us. I'm not just a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. Y'all make me crazy. I love y'all so much. Okay. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. Actually, don't. I'm dying. Okay, so what I did was I did the micro contouring with the pencils, and now I just came in with my main shade, which, by the way, if you don't know how much makeup to get on your brush, do this. See, drop it. That's how much makeup. That's it. That's probably for your whole face. And this will a little bit goes a really long way. So we're pressing it in, right? So I'm just kind of pressing it in where there's not other makeup. Oh, like besties. Jen, it's like besties. We're doing makeup together. I love it. That's why I love coming here. Y'all always boost my spirits. Oh, it's been a whirlwind. So Alexander McQueen and y'all, okay, listen, y'all, I'm an ambassador for Alexander McQueen. That basically means that they be sending me boxes and they're like, we know this is you. And then like the folks at Rodeo Drive, Alexander McQueen, they know that that's my jam and they know my style and they send it to me in my size. And they're like, hey girl, I feel like a celebritante. Okay. I'm like, this is so cool. And I love Alexander McQueen. I love the story. I love the designer. I love the brand. I love everything. Right. So it's my favorite fashion house. I don't care about, big labels and price tag. I care about Alexander McQueen. Like he's my jam. Anyways. So, it's the brand, like he's the designer himself has passed. But anyway, so they invited me to the Palm Springs Film Festival for next weekend. And I want to go so bad. I'm not going to, but I want to so bad. And the president of Alexander McQueen, his name is Patrick, invited me to go, and I feel so special, and I want to go so bad, but I'm not going to, so it made me a little bit sad, but I'm like, you know what, it's fine, I don't have to go to everything, but boy, do I want to, but it's just too busy, like, I want to spend that time with my son, you know what I mean, like, I don't know, it's New Year's, and I've been traveling a lot, so, but anyways, it would be really cool. I've never been to a film festival, and there's gonna be, like, celebrities there, it's gonna be wild, but anyways, but you guys always cheer me up. Like, I love being here. And also when I travel, I'm not able to connect with you guys as much. Like, I'm texting and, like, creating content and, like, editing content and talking to you guys, and my color matching. Like, I'm always working, but I just feel more, like, when I'm not traveling, I'm able to just put more of my spirit into you guys. And you guys make me want to do that more. So I really appreciate that. I know, right? I wish Ryan could go, but there's like cocktail parties and like there's a black tie thing and like it's a whole big thing. I really want to go. I've never been to the Palm Springs Film Festival. The president of Alexander McQueen, my favorite fashion house, my favorite designer, invited me. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to go. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Gotta be a mama first. But anyways, I have like, I wanted to show you guys also, speaking of Alexander McQueen, I had you guys were asking for pictures from the Alexander McQueen Christmas party I went to. And so I got to post pictures for that. That was really fun. And then the Spotify party in LA from that same week, I did a whole look. Like I was wearing an Alexander McQueen dress and an Alexander McQueen bag, but then the rest of my outfit was Amazon. And I was like, this is great. Like I got to put it together and like kind of show how you can wear like designer with like, everyday stuff. And so again, I'm not someone who cares a lot about like name brands and price tags and things like that, but McQueen is my jam. Okay. It's my jam. Okay. So basically if you need your shades, just comment match or the phone number that I post here, y'all, that is me. Ask anybody here. They will tell you it is me who responds. My little thumb's doing like this and I get in trouble. Mom, why are you on your phone? Why are you on your phone? I'm like, I don't go to your place of work and ask you why you're on your computer. This is my work. This is what I do. This is my girls, my besties. Oh my God, Steffi. I love the McQueen gowns are my favorite. I had a McQueen gown for the McQueen party, but then I had a McQueen dress, like a cocktail dress. And it was like Romy and Michelle. I felt so pretty. It was so cool. But then I had my Amazon pink leather jacket, my Amazon boots, and I had the fleece. I had nude fleece leggings with fishnets over them. So it looked like the fishnets were on my legs, but it was because it was cold. And so I was like, I got to wear a short dress because it's cute, but also I'm going to be warm because I'm always cold. So then the fleece lined nude leggings with the fishnets over them, it was the jazz. It was so funny. And I did a whole video like just wearing the leggings and I was like, I'm not naked. I promise. I created so much content, y'all. It's so funny. And then the Elf on a Shelf, and then I took all the little mischievous things that Elf on a Shelf did and put them together. I put them together for the Elf on the Shelf giveaway video, which go join my beauty group if you comment VIP if you haven't joined the giveaway yet. I'm about to shut it down. No, he didn't. That was me and my assistant. She, man, I don't know what she signed up for. She thinks she signed up to do some kind of cool job, and she was just chasing me around town, videotaping me doing stupid stuff. And we laughed until our sides hurt. It was so funny, but I took every little elf situation and put it into little videos. So I'm going to just share those every day for the holidays, just because it's a fun little holiday, like, video, I think. I don't know. I don't care. We're just gonna, algorithm who? I don't care. Everybody's like, well, does that help your algorithm? I don't care. It's gonna make somebody laugh. That's all I give a shit about. Algorithm? I don't care about your algorithm. If somebody laughs or they find entertainment or maybe they were having a bad day and it cheers them up, I don't give a shit about a fucking algorithm. Anyways, okay, so pepper contour outside the Scuba Steve goggles, right? I used a brownie pencil as the actual Scuba Steve goggles. So I drew that with the bronzer. I used my brightening highlight, which is called Aura. Usually I use linen, which is a little bit brighter. I'll show you just for funsies. This is linen. This is Aura. So see how one's a little bit darker? Sometimes I use linen and pop that in and it gives a really, really bright glow. The Aura is just a little bit darker. So if you have a lot of texture, and this is the difference. This is where when I look at your picture, this is why I don't trust AI because I want to do it myself. When you send me your picture, it is literally me looking at your picture, deciding what colors to match you to. And when I match you, I'm looking at how old are you? How much texture do you have? What is the shape of your face? What's the root of your hair, the color of your brows, the color of your lashes, the color of everything. I'm looking at lines and wrinkles and, your age, all that stuff to help determine like what I'm going to match you to. So when you comment match and you do the thing and then you upload your selfie, it is me. It says, hey, so-and-so sent you a new match. I look at your pictures and I tell you what shades to get. But if you're already a customer or you just want to text me, you can that phone number that I text, just send me your picture and say, hey girl, what colors do I need? Or I really like that bright color you used under your eyes. What color is that? I'd like to try it. But when I color match you, if I match you to a darker shade under your eyes, but you want a brighter shade, just buy the brighter shade. Like, you know what I mean? I can only recommend what I can. But if I say, hey, try this shade, and you're like, well, I really like how bright, your under eyes were in that one video or whatever, I can say, I noticed that you have a little bit of texture here. And if you go too light, then it'll show too much texture. So try this one and see what you think. But at the end of the day, like, try whatever you want. If you think you can pull off a lighter shade, do it. Like, you know what I mean? Have fun with it. Saint has the free returns, and you can swap out shades, which I'm here to help with. So don't ever feel like you're imprisoned or held hostage by your colors. Like, you know what I mean? Just don't. Like, I got you. Ask anybody here. They will tell you. Or go in my beauty group. There's 22,000 women that'll tell you. Which I don't know how we got that many women together and nobody's fussing at each other all the time. But anyways, they'll tell you it's legit. Yes. Okay. So I just did a video on my assistant. I do not represent dark under eye circles or like a lot of texture. So it's hard for me to show. But if I had a new breakout of wrinkles, if you feel like your wrinkles are showing through with your makeup, you can probably shade up. I can totally help you with that. Saint has impeccable customer service, by the way. They really do. Our corporate, I know all of those girls in corporate. I've met all of them. It's an amazing team and they're really great. So they will help, but I personally will also help if you buy makeup from me, like, I want to keep you confident because it helps my business. And I also want you to keep buying makeup from me because it helps my business. But at the end of the day, I know what it's like to not feel confident. So like, I'm going to help you just even if I wasn't earning money. I think that's the difference between me and other people, but whatever. We're all too busy being confident. Yes, I agree. Okay. So my assistant she's younger than me by 13, 14. She's a baby. Anyways, she has dark circles, just, genetically. They're purple and blue. And so the way that I counteract those is with the color correctors. So color correctors are great because if you have like Oh, I wish she was here right now. I let her go on vacation. I should not have did that because I should not have did that. I let her take a vacation. Never again. I'm just kidding. So yay, Steffi, I'm so glad to hear that. So this is how I taught her how to cover dark under eyes. I don't have a good representation of them, but in my beauty group, you will find a bazillion million people who will tell you how they cover theirs. A lot of and you don't have to know this, like you don't have to memorize this. A lot of the discoloration in our face is blue. I don't care if it looks green, brown, tan, pink, tangerine. I don't care. Most of the discoloration under our skin that we see on our skin is blue. Freckles, melasma, it usually has blue because what color is our blood? It's red, but inside of our body it's blue, right? So underneath the skin, it's filtered through the skin, but what we're seeing is a lot of blues. I've learned how to identify, not through any professional means. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I just know from doing it for 20 years. I'm not classically trained or professionally trained, whatever. I learned myself. So with blue, the dark under eyes, the blues and the purples and the greens that we see, and even we might call it gray. Hey, Kim. Hey, Tracy. I'm so glad to see y'all. Those can be canceled out. So we were taught, if you're 41 like me or anywhere around that age, you know that we were taught take concealer and slather it because we want to lighten it. So we use a lighter shade than our face. Like if we have a pimple and we're like, oh, it's red, concealer. All we're doing is adding enough product on top of that discoloration so that all you see is the product and not underneath it. So we're basically layering until we don't see anything else. It's like taking a light bulb and then covering it with a scarf and then another scarf and then another scarf and then another scarf until you don't see the light anymore. Like it's still there. And now you just have like this big, however big layer of scarves that you need to cover the light. So with the discoloration, whether it's a pimple or melasma or sunspot, age spot, or the dark under eyes, it's usually blue. So a lot of times we're going to start with orange. So when I was talking about 29 plus 11, you cheater. I see what you did there. I like it. When you take the blues and you cancel them out with, let's say, an orange. So these are color correctors and they have different names. So this one's called O3. This is orange level 3. You don't have to know all this. Just send me your selfie. I'll tell you which one to get. But just so you kind of understand like the behind the scenes of the color correctors. If you take a color like this, instead of slathering the concealer like we used to, and you take a pinpoint amount and dab it like this onto the darkest areas of your discoloration, so the darkest area of the blue, that orange will cancel out the blue. If you have darker blue, use darker orange. If you have lighter blue, use lighter orange. So orange is opposite blue on the color wheel. So that's going to cancel out those colors, right? So Florida Gators. I'm not a sports ball girl. This is the only reason I know. Florida Gators, orange and, well, I know that also because I'm Florida, but orange and blue, Florida Gators. Orange cancels blue. So when you see blue, you're going to cancel it with orange. You're probably only going to need one or two of these colors. Most people only need 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 if they have a lot, but that's only like, if you're doing it correctly, this is the spot brush. She took the baby, she got like 2 bristles and you pinpoint, you're not going to need as many colors as you think. And you're not like using this as a concealer to cover the whole area. So like my assistant, I need to post this. I'm going to post it in my beauty group and, probably on the thing. Anyways. First live. Oh, hi. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Congratulations. You are the winner of nothing. But thank you for being here. So where we have these bags, like see the shadow right there? If I take this orange color, because a lot of shadows are blues, it's the grays and the blues. And when you press that orange, see how it kind of like disappears? You press that orange color into that area where it's a little bit more blue. And it just, see how it disappears? But you're still human. Like you still have human skin. So like nothing but the blood of Jesus and a scalpel is going to get rid of your colors, your discoloration and your texture and your wrinkles and your lines. Nothing. Okay. I don't care. If somebody tries to sell you snake oil, don't buy it. It's not going to work out. But with the color correctors, we can cancel out the biggest parts of the discoloration so that and without slathering, so that you don't see like all this makeup that's now textured, right? So now it's the right color, but now it's textured. So that's the blue. And then when I did the blue, or when I did the orange on her blue under eyes and I kind of tapped it on, I was able to see that this area, the bag line was the only thing that canceled. Everything else still showed through. Because it wasn't blue, it was purple, which probably was like red underneath. But you know how we were taught, like, if it's red, put green? What we see as red on the skin is not actually red. It's usually violet, which needs yellow. So where she had a lot of the purple left and it looked a little pink, it's actually violet. So I was using yellow, which this is Y01, which means yellowish, orange, 1. Yellowish, because it has a little bit of the violet-ish. And then orange, because what color does violet have? Blue. So this is why if you need color correctors, come to me and I'll just tell you what colors to get and where to put them. But we are using pinpoint correction like this. So what I did was I took this much and I tapped it on the areas of her eyes that were purple and pink. So she had like a deep purple color. So I used this color. And where she had the pink, it looked like a baby pink color, still violet, yellow. So, and we see like pimples on our face and we're like, oh, that's red, right? Like we need green, but it's not actually red, it's violet. If it's red, it's probably gonna look orange. And so if it's like neon, like it looks angry red and it's like a neon red, then that's when you need the green. Because if it's like orange, then it's probably red. So we're looking at colors that are filtered. So send me your selfie and be like, girl, I've got this sunspot, this age spot, whatever. How do I color correct this? And I will recommend 1 or 2 shades. These are little, but you only need this. I don't think I've ever replaced these. I've been here for 4 years. I've never replaced these. And I think, like, obviously I don't have a lot of discoloration, but at the beginning I did. I had a lot of melasma, and I've really worked on my skin since then. I've actually, one of my friends that I really trust, she sells the skincare called, what's it called? It's a Korean skincare. I can't think of the name of it. And she's like, you should try this stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. I really like my Drunk Elephant, but I really like Drunk Elephant. I've sworn by them. And I love that they have very few ingredients. My problem is that I've been trying to work with the company and tell them like, hey, there's a lot of women who could probably use your product and they don't care about working with anybody that isn't like, they're, I guess the problem that I'm struggling with is like an ethical thing, like a moral thing. Like they don't want to work with me because I don't have a big enough audience or I don't have like some special talent agent or whatever, which I have had agents reach out to them. Maybe I'm not the right age. I'm not sure. But my audience is the perfect audience to show. And I've shown them like, look at all the products that I've shown for your company, first of all. But second of all, that I really think will benefit these people, but they don't think my audience is important enough because I'm not big enough. And that kind of sits, I just don't like, I don't know. If a product is good, it's good. I get it. But also like, if you don't care about the people I care about, then I don't want to promote your product. Do you know what I mean? So it just kind of sits yucky in my tummy, but then it's like, I don't want to not promote a good product just because I don't like their business side of things. So I just feel kind of torn. Anyway, she was Ryman, whatever, Korean skincare. And so she was telling me to try it. And so I was like, maybe I could try it and just see if there's a different brand that I would recommend. But I still really like Drunk Elephant, so I feel kind of torn. So we'll see. But y'all know I'm authentic. Like I'm not going to do anything. And also it's hard for me to promote skincare because I get the Botox and I get the microneedling and I get all these other skin treatments. So it's really hard for me to say, try the skincare. I really like it. I mean, I can tell you what works for me. Like I love the Drunk Elephant products, but I also get microneedling. So I don't want to be a part of a company that like, hey, I'm trying to sell you this product now. And it just feels weird to me. It's whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Hold on. Ryman. Yeah. Ryman. Oh, my under eye is so dark the correctors weren't the best. I found using Sunlit under my eyes is best. Okay, so if you're using Sunlit is a very yellowish tone, so you probably might have a lot more purple under there. And a lot of the times these color correctors, like for instance, or these main shades, like this main shade Mango, my mom uses for color correction under her eyes. There's a blush color called Frenchie, which is a little bit more pinkish orange, which is really pretty for a blush, but it's also great for if you have that under eye discoloration. If you have rosacea, I have a ton of customers with rosacea. Most of the time, the color that I match them to will cancel out the redness in their rosacea. A lot of these colors have like oranges and reds in them, oranges and yellows in them to cancel out a lot of the redness and the violets. So when I color match someone, usually their main shade works out just fine. But if for some reason it doesn't and you still see a lot of the redness, I'll usually recommend shading up so you can use like the right amount or whatever. And they notice a difference that way. But you can also use, there's a contour shade called Aspen. She's out of stock right now, but she'll be back in January. There's a contour shade called Aspen. You can also use Ash. And if you lightly dust it over the redness, there's a little bit of pigment and there's color correcting pigments in all of these. And so if you dust that over the redness, it mutes it. It does make it a little more chalky than I like, but it will mute it so that you can at least eliminate some of the red. And that's all stuff I can help you with. So just comment match. I'll tell you what shades to get. And then just text me. I got you. So what I did was, just to recap, I did my contour with the Pepper Satin Pencil, my bronzer with the Brownie Satin Pencil. I did my brightening highlight, which is Aura, inside the Scuba Steve goggles. And then I did my main shade and just kind of tapped that. I'm in between Golden Hour and Mango. I'm kind of using both. It mutes it completely. I use Aspen. Yay! Thank you for sharing that. If you guys don't mind, if you go in my beauty group, the Freedom and Beauty VIP, and post your before and after, I'd really appreciate that. I would love for or if you have questions and you're like, hey, I have rosacea, you can go in the beauty group and say, does anybody else have rosacea? Can you show me your results from using your Saint and what colors you use or how you, whatever. Those ladies there, they'll be like, this is what they'll help you. It's so cool. I love that everybody's willing to help one another. Okay, so all the shades that I added to my face is in like one layer, right? So I did contour, brightening highlight, bronzer, and then my main shade to just kind of like bring it bridges the gap between all the colors, right? So you're basically getting full coverage, which you can use less or you can use more, but with this makeup, it's one layer, but you can still get the coverage that you want. It's not super heavy. It's not cakey, flaky, weird textured, breaking apart and all that. There's no alcohol in this makeup. So it just kind of moves with your skin so it doesn't settle and cake and crease and break on your face, whatever. So that's what I love about this makeup. Now that I've done all of that, if I want to add a little bit more bronzer, I can add more bronzer. Whatever you want to do. I personally like more bronzer. So let's say I wanted to add more bronzer. I can use my Brownie that I used. Bronzer just goes here. It's the Scuba Steve goggles, right? So let's say I wanted to add more bronzer sorry. I just apologized to scissors. It's fine. Or I can use my bronzer with my brush and tap it on here. Either way, so this is like straight into the product, straight onto my face and blending, or draw it on with my pencil and just like press it in to blend. These are creams, so they're going to melt into your skin. So no matter what, like if you're scared of it, I'll show you how to use it in a way that really is more user-friendly for you. Some people don't like using a brush. Some people prefer the pencil. Some people can't stand the idea of using a pencil. It's really preference. So when there's a lot of influencers who are like, you have to try it this way, and this is the only way. It's not the only way, okay? It's not. That you do whatever you want. Ain't nobody your mama. Do what works for you. And you have to do what makes you feel confident, okay? So for me, it's adding more bronzer after my application, whatever. Also, there's some of these pencils, there's one, this one's Toasted is a really good one. Mulberry is a really good one. Yeah, there's a little bit of a learning curve for sure. But I send over all the instruction manuals and all the things and also you can text me. Like if you're like, girl, I'm struggling. Where does this color go again? I got you. I'm gonna tell you where it goes. I'm gonna tell you how to apply it. You just text me, and that's because we're friends now. I'm gonna use this color. This color is called Toasted, and this is a satin pencil. And look, I use these colors on like the backs of my cheekbones, whatever. This color is called Toasted. I use her for my lips. This is cool. This is what I love about the pencils. I use this for my lips, and I'm just lining my lips because I want the heaviest amount as like a liner. Also going to use this for color. I'll show you. And then watch. I'm using this on my lids. I have green eyes, so I really love Toasted for this. If you have blue eyes, this will work great too. Green, hazel eyes. Okay, so I just use this color called Toasted as a blush. I use it on my lips and as eyeshadow, okay? And where's my Pilot brush? I'm going to use the eyeshadow, the inside, the guts of it, the eyeshadow brush. And this is very, very blendy. So this is what I'm saying about these, this line of makeup, I think in general is just super user friendly. And I feel like if you're an idiot in any kind of way with makeup, like maybe you're good at blush, but you're bad at bronzer or whatever, I have a solution for you. And if you're new here, I will tell you that if I don't know something, I'm Gunta. I've been private investigator for 20 years. You can't ask me a question I will not find the answer to. So, the paint by numbers. Did you see the video with the tape on my face? So I just use this Toasted color on my eyes, blendy. I use it on my cheeks for blush, blendy. You can add more. You can use less. Do whatever you want. Ain't nobody your mama. Who cares? Like, do whatever makes you feel pretty. Okay, so I just use that color on my eyes. I use it as blush and see why I do it as liner and then like smudge it into the rest of my lip. It's really pretty. Your finger is a powerful tool. This is a family show, y'all. We're just going to move on from that one. You can use whatever makeup tool you use. So when I line my lips with this, it's just really easy to see, and then just smudge it. You don't have to apply it like a lipstick. You can do whatever you want. I'm not your mama, but look how pretty. Y'all quit. All y'all get out. It's a family show. All the kids are in school. Praise God. Okay. So I just use Toasted on my lids. I use it as blush. I use it on my lips. And you can do whatever you want. If you're going to use a cream pencil on your lids, just make sure that you top it with like a powder or, yeah, just smudging. You can make that color. You can use it as a whole crayon on your whole lips, but I like kind of smudging it. It looks more like a stain. If you're going to use a cream on your lids, just top it with like your setting powder because it'll crease. It's a cream and your eyelids have creases because you open them and close them a bazillion times a day. But it's really fun and super versatile. And so this is Toasted on my lids, Toasted on my cheeks, Toasted on my lips. And then if I wanted to take that, like the brownie color that I used for my bronzer, and let's say I want to use this as liner. Now I can come in with my bronzer, use that as a liner, and look. See how it adds like that little pop? It's really easy if you just believe. See? It's just, I just use my bronzer on my lids, on my lip, do whatever. You can fill in your brows with it. Like, probably not with the bronzer shade. Most of y'all would probably benefit from the cooler tones in your brow, in your browns, in your brows. But I'm not your mama. Do whatever you want. But these colors are really versatile. And then if you want to use one of the eyeshadow shades, we're going to bang out the advent calendar. Let's bust out the advent calendar. Let's use Juliet. She's pretty. We're going to add a little bit of Juliet, just to add a little bit more of that powder on top of that. And then I'm going to use don't trust strangers on the internet. Don't get into the van. Hey, little girl, I got candy. They never have candy. At least not the good kind. They have the kind that's like the wax with the wax paper. That's a cheap candy. Don't get into van unless they got actual like king size. No, so they're all lip and cheek shades. So when you're on the website and it says lip and cheeks, they're all multi-use. They're all whatever. Some of them are a little bit more glossy. Some of them are a little bit more matte. So if you have like a glossy shade, like let's say we use, this one's a good example. Sunshine State. She's a gloss, right? If the van has Saint makeup, we all getting in. I'm sorry. I don't care. don't go to the second location, but also get in the van. So you can use this on your cheeks too. If you use a glossier shade, a glossy lip and cheek on your cheeks, then you can probably just skip the illuminator. See how it gives a little bit of that extra sheen? It's just preference. It's totally preference. You do whatever you want. Anybody, your mama. Do whatever you want, y'all. Don't let nothing hold you back. Let's use, ooh, what can we use for, ooh. Something tells me that van ain't big enough for us all. Yes, huh? Yes, huh? We all getting in. What is this, Rocky? These from the advent calendar. Now I'm just being ridiculous with the colors again. We ride together, we die together. Bad boys for life. Yeah, all the lip and cheek shades, they're versatile tail. You can put them on your eyes, your lips, your cheeks, your giblets. I don't care. Do whatever you want with it. Just stay home. The other side of the eyeshadow brush, of the Pilot. I turned that off. I don't know why it keep ringing. The van is pulling a huge trailer. I need to pull a mansion. Anyways, the more dense side of the eyeshadow brush is going to be for things like shimmer. It's going to pick things up a little bit better, and you're going to be able to press it on. Personally, for me, I like to use my finger. It's a powerful tool. Because shimmers are, see how they're much more intense when you can use your finger as a stamp? It's because the tackiness on your skin. This one is really pretty. This is the sparkling cider from the advent calendar. No, Tracy, there ain't no timer. I failed again. Tracy gonna beat me down. She gonna give me a good old-fashioned beat down. Brownie, pepper, and toasted. Yes, ma'am. I used pepper for my contour, brownie for my bronzer, and for eyeliner. And I used toasted on my blush. I used it on my eyes. I used it on my lips. Why y'all so bossy? No, I didn't set the timer. I'm sorry. Thank you for caring. I'm a good girl, I swear. I'm a good girl. I'm hydrating. Sippy, sippy. Everybody take a water break. Everybody hydrate. Just hydrate, please, y'all, because we get in trouble. I'm such a bad girl. Anyways, if you didn't get the advent calendar, get it. I'm pretty sure, from what I understand, this is going to be the last advent calendar for the foreseeable future. So probably grab it if you want to grab it. I want to use this color, this clementine color. Y'all scared of her. No failure, just the squirrel snorting extra pixie sticks today. Yeah, keep your nasty coffee away from me. Coffee's so good. Since your sister's on vacation. She knows, she's so good to me. Let me tell you about her. This girl, she'll be like, are you drinking your water? And I'll be like, ew. She'll come over and she'll shake my drink and be like, I hear it. I'm like, I love you. Okay. Clementine from the advent calendar. Y'all are scared of her. Look. She's not scary. Look how pretty she, oh, bless it. Look how pretty she is, y'all. Bless. Get the damn, everybody scared. Everybody damn scared of the eyeshadows. They ain't nothing. They ain't nothing. Look. Oh, that's so pretty, y'all. We did good. I feel really pretty. Maybe if I was drinking my water, I wouldn't have a frog in my throat. I think that's really pretty. Don't be afraid to put the stupid colors together. You just put them on, Lord. Yeah, coffee's so nasty, right? Thank you. Someone with some sense. Lord, some of y'all out here just like drinking your coffee. Ugh, so bad. I had to go into Starbucks, y'all. I did that Elf on the Shelf video, and I went to Starbucks. And it was so bad. And then we were in there, and I had to buy a gift card, and I was like, please hurry. And she's like, would you like some coffee? And I bought the little special cup, and it says Starbucks in a little plastic cup. And she's like, would you like coffee? And I'm like, no, you could put water in it. I said, just don't put nothing in it. Just put the gift card inside. Let me get out of this store. Please, can I check out? You really went hard with that Barbie elf get up. You don't give a damn. I do not. Listen, you know what was really concerning? I live in a small town, and I describe it as like folks don't wear shoes to the Walmart here. Okay, that's the kind of small town I live in. And I was all over this town. I went to the downtown and all these places, and everybody was just like, okay, this is fine. Like, everybody was like, hey, you look great. Like, no one was like, ew, it's so weird. Like, no one looked at me funny, and I was like, I don't know if I should be like, I was grateful, but also like I was real concerned. Like, folks were like, yep, this is just what we're doing. This is fine. And I was real concerned. That is fine. I'm grateful, but I'm not trying to look a gift horse in the mouth. But Lord, it was wild, but it was funny. But we had a good time. It was so much fun creating that. And I was, the whole time, all I could think about is like, you get in the behind the scenes, in the pic, when I was editing the videos, I was looking at because my assistant was filming the whole thing, and I was going, is that funny? Do you think that's funny? Do you think they'll laugh? Like, I was just the whole time, I was like, you think this is funny? This is funny, right? All I cared about was like, nobody cares about like Christmas joy, Christmas spirit anymore. And so all I cared about was, is this funny? Will this make somebody laugh? Because if it makes somebody laugh, then it doesn't matter if you sold a product. It doesn't matter if they enter your stupid giveaway or join your beauty group or grow your business in any way. If you're making someone laugh, that's all. Like, that's the best gift ever, you know? And I feel like as someone who, for 40 years, I didn't have any confidence, and that's kind of how I found my confidence, was just like, okay, I'll just be funny then. Like, if you're going to be ugly, you got to be funny. And so that was kind of the role that I took on for a very long time. And yeah, it's a defense mechanism, but also you see how much joy can come from someone. Like, you don't need to, like, yeah, we're all here to make money. Like, influencers don't show up and just create content for free. I mean, they do, like, to begin with. But, like, they want to make money. They want to make it a job, right? And so I get it. Like, everybody wants to make money. Everyone wants to do their thing. Everything's a business, right? But at the end of the day, like, it's important that we're connecting, too. Like, we're all still humans having a human experience. So it doesn't matter if you buy the product or don't buy the product or whatever. I think the problem is, and the reason I didn't want to do online sales, I kind of started this on accident. The problem is people forget about that connection. Like, they forget about if you want to sell a product online, right? And you're like, hey, I have this product that I want to sell. Look at it, buy it. Like, join my team, all these things, right? But then it's like, you know, these are human people. Like, these are actual, just human, normal folks. Like, these ain't like robots that are like, let me decide what I'm gonna buy today. Like, no, people don't want to be sold to. They want to see something and they want to feel something from it and be like, that's what I want. You know what I mean? And so I feel like if more people came, I think more people would be successful selling stuff online, and businesses too, big businesses. I think they would be more successful if like they put more focus on making people feel something, and just like kind of saying like, the only reason that my audience grew the way that it did was because I came on here saying, wow, I found this and this makes me feel this. And I was like, I've never felt confident or pretty before, because this is, and so I started sharing my story, and people felt that from me and became my friends. And that's why all y'all say, oh, I feel like we're friends, because we are. Like, we like genuinely are. Like, my assistant asks me all the time, she's like, you really love these girls. And I'm like, yeah, I really do. And she's like, she'll say, like, we'll be talking about something, or I don't know, something somebody commented or something, and I'll be like, oh, someone will ask, like, oh, I'd like to learn how to do that or something, and I'm like, hey, I'd love to help you. And then I'll send them a whole message and be like, hey, do you want to like do a video chat and I can show you how? And she's like, you know, they probably don't expect that. And I'm like, you know what? That's what sets me apart. That's what's going to make people feel loved, and that's what's going to make the positivity grow. And I know I'm just in this little small corner of the world, and the world is much bigger than I am, but at the end of the day, like, you have the ability to boost someone's spirits, and it's the freaking holidays too, right? So we should be working hard for each other, and then the more focus and energy we put into each other, I feel like the more we can grow as humans, and it's important to do that, but nobody cares. It's fine. That's what I'm trying to teach my son. That's why, like, when he was like, Mom, I think I have a bad grade on my report card. And he's like, I'm really stressed about it. And I talked to him about it, and I was like, well, he has A's and B's and B, A, B, 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 A, C, B, whatever. And then he's like, I think I might have a D. And there was a whole packet of work that whatever. And I talked to him about it, and I'm like, all right, well, it's your responsibility. That's your responsibility, is to do good in school. So I asked him, I said, he said, am I in trouble? Like, he was worried about getting in trouble. The boy's never been in trouble dating. Like, he's a good boy, right? Like, he gets in trouble. Like, I'll, like, punish him very rarely, but whatever. But he didn't want to disappoint me. And so I was like, all right, well, you got to take ownership of this. Like, you're 11, like, you're still a kid. And I said, what is the struggle? Like, why do you have this bad grade? Even though I said, first of all your other grades, I'm so proud of you. I said, like, you're doing really well. Your grades are amazing. I'm really, really proud of you. And I was like, so it's important that you don't stress yourself out too much about that one bad grade, right? Like, but we do need to work on it because it is still your responsibility. So I think it's great. What are you doing in those classes that you have good grades that you feel really confident about? And so he was like, well, I really know this stuff, or I like the teacher, or whatever it was that he liked about those classes. And it showed that, it showed because he's making good grades. So I was like, all right, success leaves clues, right? So you're doing really well in those classes. What does this class lack? And he's like, I just don't really like it that much, or whatever it was. And I was like, well, I appreciate that. And it's okay to feel that way. I don't like math. I still had to pass the class. That was my responsibility, was to do my best and try to find, do I use the math? No, but it doesn't matter. It was a growing opportunity for me to think outside the box and think, okay, this is a problem that I have. How do I overcome it? And I had to work harder on that. Even though I didn't like it, that was part of what I needed to graduate. If I wanted to graduate, that's what I had to do. So anyways, I said, okay, well, you have this bad grade. It was the last day of the grading period last week or whatever. And I said, so what are you going to do? Like, what are you prepared to do? And he said, I don't know. I just don't know. Nothing, I guess. And I was like, well, this is where you have to have kind of a grown-up conversation, and you have to decide, am I going to be a kid and let this grade like take me down and just disregard all my other good grades, or am I going to do something about it? And I said, so I challenge you to go to your teacher, talk to your teacher and say, hey, I have a bad grade and I don't like it. It's making me feel really crappy, and I'd like the chance to bring it up, and I just want to know what I can do to make that happen, right? And obviously this is something that should have been done before, but I didn't catch it. He didn't catch it because she didn't put in the word, whatever. Anyways. And so he went and talked to her, and she said, I'll tell you what, what's bringing your grade down the most is this packet, this worksheet, and it had like 7 or 8 assignments in it. And he's like, oh, well, I have that. He didn't feel good one week, and so he didn't turn it in the day that he wasn't at school that day, whatever. And so he said, oh, that's all it is? I have that. And he turned it in, B. And it's like, all you have to do is like connect as a human being, right? Like, even if the teacher said, nope, there's nothing you can do, sorry. At least, like, if you can go to the person that you need to address and say, hey, you're the person that's making these grades. Having this bad grade is making me feel bad. How can I make this better? And the teacher says, well, you missed these 7 or 8 assignments that were in this packet. And he's like, oh, and then he just realized, like, oh, well, I have that. I just didn't turn it in. And she was like, oh yeah, you're right. You weren't here that day. It was an excused absence. Turn it in. And so he came back and he said, Mom, I turned in. That's what she said. And I did what she said and all these things. And he wasn't stressed anymore. His confidence went back up. He's, I think, going to have good grades on his report card. And so it was like just a matter of, excuse me, that human connection. It wasn't about like, you did bad, so now we have to punish you. Like, no, it was like, all right, this is a great opportunity to say, hey, let me take this opportunity to connect with someone. And sometimes that's your teacher or someone that can, help give you a better grade or whatever. So, and he's like, I have a C in this class. And I'm like, you know what? A C's okay. Like, it's obviously your A's and B's are great. Like, you have 100% in this class and like an 89 in this, whatever. Those are really great. If you feel crappy about it, then let's talk about how we can bring it up, and we can do that together. And I said, I'm here to help you. Like, you have a whole support system. Like, he's not alone. I said, so when you're struggling with this, you got to use your voice and have that human connect. Anyways, the whole concept was like human connection. Like, you're 11, but you still have a voice. And I've told him, I've said, if you need me to be your voice, I will. And I have, when he doesn't know how, or it's really a sticky situation that maybe, an adult needs to step in. or his parent needs to step in, I've told him, I will be your voice for you. If you feel uncomfortable or unsafe saying something to someone like your teachers or another parent or whatever, like his dad or his stepmom or stepdad, whatever, I said, I'll be your voice. I'm your mom. That's my job. And so I said, do you need me to be a voice for you? Do you need me to talk to your teacher? No, ma'am. I can do it. And he did. And I was really proud of him. But it's those human connections. And I told him, I said, your teacher probably really respects you for having the courage to come up and say, hey, I really don't like my grades. What can I do? And so I really hope I hope that he learned from that. But it's all human connection. And I went around my ass to get to my elbow. But anyways, I was just talking about human connection and why it's important to me. Yeah, well, I think a lot of young people think that they don't have a voice. I told Ryan, because me and his dad are divorced, and when he's at his dad's house, sometimes he says, when I'm at dad's, he'll say this, and it really bothers me, or something. It's just something really small. And I'm like, well, talk to him about it, and it's okay to tell someone how you feel about something that they're doing, or something that makes you feel a certain way. He goes, well, I can't say that. He's an adult, and I'm a kid. And I'm like, that's incorrect, false, wrong. I was like, so it's okay to share how you're feeling about something, and it's okay to stand up for yourself if you don't like something. It's okay to be angry. Those feelings are real and they're valid. It is not okay to be disrespectful. So if you're saying, don't say that to me, Dad, F off, or whatever, obviously you can't say that. That is disrespectful. But I don't care if they're an adult. I don't care if it's Jesus, the Lord himself. If something is making you sad or uncomfortable, it's okay to respectfully tell someone, hey, this thing that you said or did really makes me feel bad. Is there a way that we can do that differently next time or whatever? And obviously those are very grown up words, and kids don't know how to say that stuff. But I'm hoping that the more I continue to encourage that in him, the more he will be able to find comfort and safety using his words, because kids don't feel comfortable saying stuff like, hey, is there a different way we can, kids they don't know how to do that. They just don't, it feels weird, right? But if you can say hey, you're allowed to be mad at me. It's okay. And you can say, Mom, I'm really upset with you. What you did really upset me or whatever. You can say that. You're not allowed to cuss me out or be disrespectful or have a bad attitude, but you're allowed to have feelings just like I am. Parents have bad feelings too. Anyways, it was just really, it was interesting. I'm really terrified of being a middle school mom just because how the kids are at that age. And so I'm really nervous. So I'm just hoping that the more I talk to him like an adult, those human connections, the more people understand. And it's not about what you say, it's about how you make them feel. And so by not yelling at him for having bad grades, acknowledging the good grades that he does have, I hope that he learns to respect his own and trust his own self, kind of gives him the autonomy to, decide if he's, what he's going to say and how he's going to talk to people or share whatever. Thank you. I got this at the boutique in my small town. It's called Sweet Roots Apparel. And I was in there making the elf video and I was just being silly. But then I was like, this is actually really cute. And this stupid crazy bows on the side. I'm in this thing where the ugly cute stuff, it's hideous, but it's still adorable. Crocs, hideous. I have 7 pairs. Don't ask me why. They're hideous, but they're so cute and they match. I don't know. And you can put the little charms. It's an ugly cute thing. Anyways, whatever. Okay, today's the last day of the giveaway, so I'm about to shut down the comments on that. So if you want to join the giveaway, just comment VIP, go to the beauty group, find the post, and do the things. And if you want to get your shades for makeup, just comment match. It might be too late to order for Christmas. You can try, but also if you don't need Christmas shades and whatever. Hey friend, I'm so glad you're here. No, that's a good point, Steffi. We were told, don't talk back. Don't say that. And we were silenced. But now it's what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Hit me? You know what I mean? I would have gotten my ass beat, but is that all you got? We're not using our words anymore. We're just going to beat the shit out of everybody. What? I'm not saying don't whoop them, but I'm not saying don't whoop them. I'm just saying, what's, you know what I mean? If you can be a grown up about it. Boy, girl, twins. Oh, 22-year-old boy, girl, twins? I want twins. She said, Alexa, stop. ALEXA. Alexa, stop. I have a sign in my laundry room that says, Alexa, do the laundry. She doesn't do the laundry. She don't listen. You're talking about these. These are the new releases. I don't know if these are permanent, but I would get one. These are called the Plum Floral Palettes. Is that royal? We need to tell corporate we need it in a lipstick. Amanda, hi. I love you. And yes, we do need royal in a lipstick. We really do. This is actually the Ever Red. This is the Ever Red, and this is in a lipstick. She's in the Diamonds lipstick, but it's not. They just churched it up, y'all. It ain't diamonds. It ain't shimmery. It's a little bit shimmery if you use the outside edge, but it's not. It's just pretty. There's nothing shiny. No, because you talked to them like adults. So now you treat them like adults. They're going to act like adults. The last 4 shades in the advent calendar in order. Ribbon, Whisper, Rocky, Silver Screen. Ribbon, Whisper, Rocky, Silver Screen. Saint needs you on their product design. Sarah, don't tell me. I tried to tell them. Don't nobody listen to me. They said, but if you want to work there, then you can't sell the makeup because that's not fair or something. I was like, I got my people. But they take things in the suggestion box. But we have actually one of our Saint artists. Her name is Camille Clausen. She's Montana Moonlight on Instagram. She actually moved over to corporate and product development, and she did a great job. As a matter of fact, a lot of the advent calendar shades, this was her doing. This was a lot of the names, and so she created the advent calendar in a way that's like you do whatever shade you choose, you can use the 2 or 3 colors before it or after it to create a look. So. Oh, the hold on a minute, stand by. Nope, that's not it. Where is it? It's the Lip Whip. The Saint Lip Whip. You need a lip whip. Oh, you said puppies. I knew you meant lippies. Get the lip, what do you call them? The lip, get the lip oils too. Not the one that smelled like chai. That chai one smelled like coffee. It's gross. The lip tints, not the lip stains, the lip tints. And they're really pretty. Yes, Lip Whip with the lip tints. I'm telling y'all. Or just a Lip Whip by itself. Oh, game changer for your lips. It's better than my Aquaphor. I'll reach for the Lip Whip before I'll reach for any other lip product now. The Lip Whip, sure real good. Anyway, so get the pencils, or just, if you can comment match, and I'll tell you all the shades to get for your palette, but you can also get the pencils, the take with youables. The lip gelatos are insane. Like, these are I love the lip gelatos too. These are really cool. You and coffee. It's disgusting. Ugh, it's so gross. Hey, Jackie. Hi. Anyways, yeah, just text me, send a courier pigeon, whatever. Yay! I think they're all really pretty. I love the chai because chai tea. Good for you. Okay. It's not allowed. Nobody's allowed to open that chai in my office. My assistant almost did, and I said, no. It was like a slow motion matrix thing, and I'm like, stop. And she's like, why? And I'm like, take it out there. And she had to take it out in the hallway and smell it, and she's like, oh, I like this. And I'm like, okay. So gross. I don't know why they did that to us, but if y'all like it, it's wild. Anyways, let me know what I can do to help you get your makeup, comment match, or just whatever. VIP if you want to do the giveaway. Today's the last day. I'm about to shut down the comments. So, and then I do the giveaway stuff. I'm really excited to mail the stuff out. So, and if anybody messages you and says, hey, can I have your credit card information or whatever, don't give it to them. That's a scam. Like, that's a bot. If you win, I will message you and you'll know it's me. Like, we'll be talking. I'll be like, hey girl, it'll come from my business number or like a Facebook message or something. Anyways, I guess that's all that's going on. I'm going to post more of the elf videos because I know y'all love those. So I hope that they bring you some joy and some cheer and laughter, and you can share them with your family. So I hope that you can share them, be like, look at this idiot. That's what I want, is for people to be like, look at this idiot. She's just like me. She's an idiot like me. That's what I want. All right. I love y'all. Have a great day. Okay, bye.